All right, we are back with Encounter Roleplay Ravnica Unleashed, where we learn to play D&D and we debate the rules till we're blue in the face. I'm just kidding. We will talk about them here and there, but we will make sure that it is in a very, very upbeat, entertaining way because we like to play more than we like to, talk about rules and whatnot. But it is important that everybody understands how to play, just so everybody feels included, right? I mean, if not, you can just make it work, right? Yeah, okay, so, hey, I'm going to start off at the top, and then we'll jump into a recap, as per usual. We got a special sponsor this week. I want to go ahead and give the shout-out to Spy Game out there. I'll be on that directly right after this. They are backing Counter Roleplay right now. It's kind of a modern... It's branded as Tomorrow, okay? So think James Bond meets Mission Impossible, kind of... like gritty and at the same time very fluid, and it's a 5e system. So you already know all of the mechanics, but you get to go be a modern spy, which is actually a lot of fun. I am playing a hacker, which I am stretching the rules to say the least. But it is so much fun. What? I tried to hack into an entire city block and shut down surveillance, maybe get the IMEI device numbers. Okay, anyways, I did a whole bunch of crazy stuff that I thought a hacker should be able to do, but maybe that's the world of tomorrow's tomorrow.
Hacking's hard in games.
You're not wrong. The dice were definitely making that blatantly obvious. So, but it's a lot of fun. Go check it out. Kickstarter is launching early this month, so stay tuned, and we'll put some tweets out about it. Okay, and following that, we have our usual sponsors, our ever-present and ever-faithful Fantasy Grounds. We love you guys so much over there, allowing us to use these virtual dice and display them on screen. That way I don't have to question everybody's rolls. I mean, that way we can see them on the stream. I'm watching... I'm not watching it. You guys are awesome. You guys have had some really great failures. I mean, rolls. I mean, failures. Okay. So, second sponsor out there, I really want to throw a shout out to whalengames.co.uk for all your figurine needs for tabletop necessities at a physical table. So if you like figurines, if you like painting minis, if you want to check it out, just shout out to Encounter Roleplay on there and 20% discount for you if that's what you're looking for. So go on over there, check out their website. Some pretty cool stuff. And last but certainly not least, Tabletop Loot, who has some pretty sick dice and some pretty great benefits here as well. I mean, if we get to the 20 retweets, Tabletop Loot is going to give us some free dice to send out to whoever wins the draw. So like and retweet as much as you can. This is the original tweet that came from Encounter Roleplay. Get it out. They'll get more people in the chat as well. So, I mean, that makes it more entertaining for our poor board players waiting on DM Corey to look up a rule. See, then they get to interact with all of you lovely people out there watching. So, get your friends in here and tell them everybody about Encounter Roleplay's Learning to Play Ravnica Unleashed. All right. Are you guys ready to RP down the village?
Absolutely not. Hey.
Such tea.
Well,
all the tea.
So we're going to start off with a recap here. And just because it's been a while since we've done it, I would like to do a roll-off. Everybody roll me a d20. I'm going to roll 2, and whoever rolls the closest to me is going to get it. And if you would please role-play your recap in character from your character's perspective. And if we miss anything, I'll narrate that. All right, so that's a good spread. I like that. All right. Hey.
But I did it.
Well, there you go.
Well, so what happened was we were under the water and we found a dragon, and Malakar made the dragon angry because we started to shoot up to the surface. So the dragon chased us, and we had to fight the dragon. And I was like, "This is no problem. I will protect my allies." I was away from the dragon most of the fight, like really far away. Short grew really big on my back, so that was very interesting. I think he said something about getting a castle and becoming a lord. I'm not sure. There was a lot of shooting at the dragon. The dragon tried to kill a lot of people, which I really feel like does not matter nearly as much as what happened when we all reached the surface. And Arcady, let's go before that. Suddenly a second Hollow appeared, and she was all like goth and emo, and she was like kind of like a dark version of her, and we were like, oh wow, that's interesting. So then Arcady was like, hey dragon, I don't care about you anymore, and he touches the dragon and it just goes blah! And so then the dragon was dead, and then we just suddenly killed other Hollow, and that was weird. But then an angel came out of it, and then it appeared that that angel was not very nice, but then at the same time, the angel was kind of nice. And I wasn't sure about it for me. I did not like the angel at all. And then it offered us these stones to like eat, I think. Or, no, Hollow ate the stones. It just offered them to us, and it would give us its power, and we would be like Hollow, who I thought was a cleric this whole time, but then I found out she's not. But I don't know what she is. So it appears that there is some kind of angel thing. We all seem to have gotten these stones, and then we decided, hey, it left because it didn't like us anymore, or it did. I think I might have made it angry, and then we're like, hey, let's go get the treasure under the water.
And that's what happened. and that's what happened.
Yep. I feel like everything was there included.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. Wallow was the other one.
Oh, no.
Wow.
This is an important detail. Wallow.
Hello.
And how did Hollow feel about losing such a close friend?
Things were clearly better before she died. 1,000 Yard stare at everything that happened afterwards.
Oh man, seriously, you guys had an amazing session last week.
It was good.
You guys got into some heavy moral debates about, what is evil and what defines good versus evil, and how does it relate to your characters. Like that was pretty legit stuff in there, especially when you're talking about the warlock versus being a cleric versus being offered power to help those less fortunate at the cost of your own, purity, I suppose. So wait a minute. I want to thank all of you for the opportunity to roleplay that particular brand of evil. I love making that argument and posting that. That was
it was evil, was it, Corey?
Oh,
I mean, our players know this.
Metagame time.
But wait, question. Does this mean we can't make Hollow as a cleric jokes anymore? Because it's a real loss to the stream. Like, that's like half of our appeal.
True.
I mean,
I
dressed appropriately for the occasion.
I think
Warlow.
Wallow.
It's going to have to be played out on screen this week. We're going to have to figure out, does Hollow go and join a faith and become an actual cleric of Celestia and betray her patron? Or does she go back to her patron and be an unwilling servant? Or what is it? What is the corruption that happens to our poor innocent Hollow?
I wish I knew.
I have a feeling it's going to be a long process as we determine over the next couple sessions as she evolves and becomes a whole person. All right, so we left off right at the end of the fight and sort of mentioned the general idea of what we thought was going to happen next with grabbing the loot and going back for a sleepover at Malakar's house and maybe getting too drunk at a tavern. Or assaulting the Boros Legion, or I have no idea. So
I don't remember saying that part.
Don't you? I feel like that was pretty important.
I mean, like very clearly stated that if that's what angels stand for, he cannot back the angels and he's going to march on the Legion. Like, you don't remember saying all this?
Yeah, that's what I remember.
I mean,
strike down the villainy.
I'm not saying I wouldn't say that. I'm just saying I didn't.
How are we starting this shindig?
So we are going to have an interesting session this time. We're going to have a bunch of sort of a time lapse of one-off conversations, and there will be social skill checks primarily, and probably won't get into any deep combat. This one, depending. I mean, I'm kind of on the side of PvP is valid as long as it's within good spirits. I know a lot of DMs are against it. I know a lot of players are against it, but I think we can handle ourselves. We got some pretty good players.
As a general note for beginning players, PvP is best when both of sides of the combat consent to it.
Yes.
Yeah, that's fundamental, in fact.
Nuno, do you consent?
Single combat.
Yes.
Oh, this is hard.
Okay. Megan, I asked for you. I know you wanted to know.
Yeah, I definitely. Yeah. Yep. Arcadia doesn't know what he has coming for him.
Hey.
So,
Eldritch Blast.
In the aftermath of this battle of, well, tooth and nail, battle of the lightning and the water, battle of everything that you've just come through, you make it to the surface and end up in a battle of wits against some form of benevolent evil or malevolent good. You're unsure, but there's definitely a bargain to be struck. As you finish up your, shall we say, dealings, some of you choose to retrieve the beads. Short definitely dove right after one, heading straight for it. Malachar unable to actually stop him, and fun stuff.
To be honest,
ensued.
he probably didn't try that hard.
Was that fake? Oh no! Don't do it! No!
You'll become more powerful, and you'll sow more chaos that the Azorius have to deal with. Oh no!
What a shame! How could this have happened?
Short's now a chain demon, and he's the villain of the mission now, and we have to go and fight him because he was our friend, betrays us, and then tries to kill us all. And we assault his
As long as it's not a Baylor, I'll be okay.
Yeah.
Although if he turns into Rakdos himself, I'll be happy, because that many Naiad Rakdos is a familiar for a few months, and that'd kick ass.
I'm pretty sure that's the type of thing that gets you high up on the list of first eaten.
I don't care anymore. My life is complete at that point.
Okay, so let's start off with some vignettes. Who wants to have a conversation while we are at the? Let's try and stay in some sort of semblance of order of events. It's just for the sanity of our poor viewers, or maybe your poor DM. Just help me out here, guys.
Both, maybe both.
Both. Okay, so as you're standing on the platform, some of you have elected to go get the treasure, some of you have elected to go get the treasures, and some of you have elected to go get a long rest. How do we split the party?
Hallow's definitely just going. Bye. I'll catch up with you later. She's just gonna go
excavate.
Yeah, Arcady's gonna retrieve the treasure. Even if he doesn't want to, he'll be fired if he doesn't go after the money, so.
I will help.
Money.
I will help to get things. Mostly because I know there are still 4 dragon babies or something swimming around, so.
I was hoping you guys were going to forget about that.
I'm not letting people just go back down there.
Maybe they just took a few things and dipped because we killed their parent, and that means we can kick them butt. Kick them butt.
Kick them butt.
I mean, hey,
Them butt.
Wormling is only a CR3, right, guys?
Depends on the color.
Yeah, I'll see you all after a short rest.
Alright, maybe we should take a long rest and come back tomorrow.
Okay.
That's
so,
works.
Yeah.
So here's how this is going to work. Those of you who go to the treasure, it's going to take a 4-hour block. There is a short rest available for anybody going to get the treasure. Can still get that short rest before everybody will be meeting up for the next series of vignettes.
Solid.
So, who's going back into the depths?
Fane is going.
Sure.
Getting one.
Everyone but Hallow.
Everyone but Wallow.
Yeah.
Well, in that
Hallow's
case, we're going to start
fundamentally
off
broken.
with what Hallow does wandering through the streets. I'm really, man, I'm kind of getting what is that? I can't even think of the character's name right now. So you're wandering through the streets. It's kind of lightning and rainy, and trying to go on a journey of the mind and figure out what all of this means as the rest of them chase the less intellectual pursuits of death, danger, and loot. Okay, so is there anything in particular you want to do, Hallow, before going to
I want to try. All right, I want to do 3 things. I want to go to a store and buy some armor and a spear, just like plain armor, plain spear. I want to go back, and I want to get my things.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
No, I'm freezing. Yep.
Oh, there you are.
Yay.
So, going back to the conclave?
I'm spotty, yes. I want to go back to the conclave. And change and leave my Selesnya robes and spear in my room, and I want to go just find an inn or some place to get a room for the night.
All right.
That's what I want to do.
Anything
for now.
Anything in the standard PHB you can purchase at will, with just saying that you're going to the store and defining when you're going. Sounds good. Okay, so into the depths we go. Chort dives in before you all and lays hands upon one of these blue globes before it even reaches the bottom. And just as you're watching, he immediately swallows it.
Oh. That can't be good.
You see the chains that are wrapped around his limbs. Split. Stretch. Shatter. Its limbs bulk out. It's a little bit thicker. And by a little bit, I mean a lot bit. And he was a medium creature before this. His horns blacken, his teeth elongate, and his snout extends. His shoulders hunch, and these spines come shooting out of the back of his upper torso. You hear as he contorts, as these bubbles echo through, and the water around him immediately begins to sublimate into steam and bubble towards the surface. And this black ooze just pours off of him, and wings erupt out of his back. Chort then begins floating towards the bottom, unconscious.
Oh.
Ooh. Speck's so sad.
I turned to Arcadian and go, so do I just dispel the water breathing now and watch him die?
Can I go grab him?
Like, is that the humane thing to do?
Yeah, actually. This is scary.
As Speck is diving towards him.
He's my boy.
Yeah, I don't think Speck can take it. No, I'm gonna let her handle this situation. Speck, he's yours now.
No, good luck.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Congratulations, it's a demon?
Congratulations, Mom.
You're a parent.
I'm your mommy now.
Are you my mommy?
That's a kid's
book. Short comes to rest on a pile of loot at the bottom and lays almost stark reddish. Is a deep red with black like stripes, not stripes like zebra stripes, more like tiger stripes. And he lands on a pile of platinum.
Any chance I could identify what he turned into? It's like,
yeah.
You're gonna make me go get a book.
Or I could not. If you don't have one chosen. I thought you would go. I was like, is that a horned devil? Is that I was like, what's he going for? A Balgura? I don't know. It's okay if you don't have it. That's fine.
No, I actually left my books on the table right like 20 feet away from me. I'm just going to grab them real quick. I'm going to need all of them.
Fair enough.
Also, it's like pronounced Barlgura? God.
Barl.
I will cut you. And Malacro do with fire.
Listen, okay? I just like it when you pronounce the names correctly.
Sure.
Let the nerd in here.
You know, Mike Merles and Jeremy Crawford worked really hard on this game, okay?
Speck, what does your shirt say?
Oh, what does it say?
What's the bottom
Possessed
one?
by a
Single
demon? Is that
ticket
what it
possessed by demons.
Perfect.
How apropos. Is this foreshadowing? Oh,
It is now.
Oh no.
That's an
Speck's
amazing
wearing
shirt.
foreshadowing
I mean,
today.
Speck, would you
Oh
or
my
would you
God.
not be okay with just playing short possessing Spectissa from here on out?
Oh my god.
Oh, jeez. Don't give Corey too many ideas.
Hey, you know
Short
what?
Tissa?
Godfather Rafe ships it, so I think it
Oh no.
Short Tissa.
What have I done?
Short Tissa.
Short Tissa.
Shortissa.
Very good, Megan.
Thank you.
Oh.
This one time.
Then you gotta join the Rakdos cult.
Yeah.
You found your guild.
Can you
No.
imagine?
There you go, we found
Oh
your
no.
I've been there. They're where are they? Over here. Rakdos.
Yeah, was they fun? You had fun?
Yeah, we had great times.
Mm-hmm.
Ask me about
then-
ask me about it sometime.
Oh.
Oh,
Malachi.
yeah.
How
Malachar,
was
what's the Rakdos cult like?
Wow.
Can you tell us a story about the Rakdos cult?
So by the way, for when we do eventually get a demon type here, that's a 25 Arcana.
Oh God.
Oh, so you rolled
Sure.
low then.
Yeah, you rolled pretty
I
well.
rolled a 14 on the die. I got plus 11.
That's low for.
Oh my
yeah, I mean,
God.
wow.
I mean, only 25.
Yeah, I mean like
Hey,
30
Like
or
you're not
plus,
even
right?
try. It's like you're not even trying.
Next level I have a plus 13 because proficiency bonus goes up, so I get an extra plus 2.
Oh, look at you.
Yep.
Think yourself better than us.
Just at Arcana
It's very.
and
Probably,
Revolutionary Theory.
More things actually, but
Oh.
mainly the Arcana.
Hey, listen, I'm strong. I mean, I can lift things. That's pretty good.
Faint. You're not strong. You're strong. Say it right.
Oof.
I apologize. I am strong. I am also quite hearty.
I'm just waiting for Corey to say turn into a Hellfire engine from Mordenkainen.
Oh god.
No.
Oh god.
Not quite.
Actually, he has
There's
turned into a
25,
beholder.
huh?
He is Xanathar now.
You gotta
He's
Don't make
actually
out,
just a
Lord.
red.
Yeah, well,
Fine.
okay,
He's
bro.
actually just a red human now,
With wings.
Yeah.
Imagine,
quite.
yeah.
Oh, is that what it is?
which is super
Oh, he's a
weird, right?
tiefling. He's evolved into a tiefling.
We have clerics with shorter spell slots. What can you win some wings?
Well,
I don't know. That cleric thing's being blown wide open.
Yeah, see, the joke didn't work this time because it's no longer true. Damn.
Yeah,
No.
wasn't
Because
funny
now-
at all.
because-
Yep. We have to
Because
stop.
now I'm
I guess
sad and
Now, I guess our new joke is we're just gonna have to reference Wallow all the time. It's the only thing that's
Wow.
Oh, please kill
Wow.
me. No, no.
Nunu can't handle the puns.
Here's the question: is this really Hollow or is it Wallow?
Oh no!
We don't know.
We could
Yeah.
never know.
I mean,
But-
Hallow
no, but
might
the
get real goth.
I mean, the real Wallow was inside us all along.
That's true.
It was the
You make a good
it was the
point.
friends we made along the way.
we all have a little wallow inside.
The
Wow.
whale with me,
Hallow's-
friends.
Hallow's just gonna take a level of bard and write
Wow.
really bad poetry. Just gonna get real depressed. Buy a lot of eyeliner.
I love making wizards who want to be bards but are too bad for it.
It's pretty
That's
excellent.
amazing.
Nice.
I had
I
a, I
figured
had a
you could've-
hobgoblin. His name was Mork.
You could have stopped right at I like wizards.
That's wonderful.
I like making wizards. Full stop.
I do like making wizards. I think my last 6 stream characters have been wizards in various game systems.
Solid.
16 characters?
Said 6. 6.
But it
Sorry, I was like,
probably
wow,
really is
that's a
16.
lot of wizards.
Off stream, I don't play wizards. I save them
Oh.
for streams.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I
I'm just-
don't
I might
play
as well be
fighters
like-
off stream.
While I just play clerics everywhere.
Clerics are awesome.
Yeah. I might as well be
Fighters
the manager at like
Operusus.
warlocks, because that's what I bring to the table. Come to
I
Warlock
play-
Hut for all your warlock needs.
I play clerics off stream like all the time, so I think I've only played one on stream like once.
So,
I'm just charisma.
Come down to
based.
the Warlock
Off
Warehouse.
so where are we on the dispelling the water breathing on short? Okay. No.
Oh, are you asking this to everyone or just Arcady?
Thane can be there too.
I mean, the problem is, like, Spectissa really likes him.
I think they have like a special connection.
But the problem is
I like
he's
adopted
also
him.
like a devil or something, and that's not as good. And he's becoming
I'm pretty
bigger now.
Pretty sure
Demons
she's
aren't
gonna
that bad.
stop
Well, you
liking
made
him
him that way.
when he kills her.
Yeah, it's true. Like, if he kills her, then she won't like him anymore. Or she will, and that would be very weird.
Oh,
Because
to be
I know
honest,
people
yeah,
like that.
could be. Yeah.
Some people into that. I mean, we got a whole cult of Rakdos.
okay.
Everything is somebody's
Happens.
something.
God is back. God is back.
Oh
What happened?
no,
Yeah,
there
no, I
is no
totally
God.
misinterpreted an image and misremembered it, but it's okay.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Because
Actually,
Yeah.
an aboleth.
Stop putting things into the universe.
Yes, please, Robert, mute your
Like-
mic.
Can you cut it?
it is
I'm
not.
sorry,
no,
I meant a pit fiend.
All right. So,
It is not
oh, so much
cooking.
better.
It is a master of cruelty.
Oh, from Ravnica.
Ooh.
Oh.
Go figure.
Yeah, well, that's
That does
weird. Why
make
would
sense.
a Ravnica creature be in Ravnica?
Corey, stop making sense.
No.
Hmm.
Refuse.
However, a master of cruelty does not normally have wings. This one does.
Ooh.
Cool.
Ooh.
Cool.
Ooh.
Let's
Or not cool.
That's a lot of strange anomalies you've been seeing recently there, Malakar.
Yeah.
This whole thing is in Malakar's
stat
head. None of this is
the
real.
stat block Master of Cruelties? Is that what the name is?
I don't know. Is a player asking about the stat block of a monster?
Well, I have in the past. I've gotten the stat block of this thing because I like command the thing. I was assuming there was still a little bit of that going on.
Well, yes, what do you say about that when you try and remove his water breathing?
That's fair. Well, if he's unconscious, he just dies in con mod rounds when he can't breathe.
Yeah. Okay. So he's not unconscious. 0 hit points unconscious.
Oh no, but that's what happens when you no longer can breathe water and don't get a chance for a breath. It's con mod rounds where you drop to 0 and can't be healed until you can breathe.
It's almost like Malakar's drowned somebody before.
Yikes, man.
Anyway, I'm gonna let Spec interact with this demon. I can't say child anymore. Young adult?
Demon teen.
Yeah.
Demon
Demon
teen.
teen.
The term young adult is very
Sounds like a
CR9.
Sounds like a.
So, is he still like falling? He's like under.
No, he has come to rest on a pile of platinum. Just sort of like face across one of his biceps, and he's down.
Okay, so is there any way to like heal him or like resist? Like, so Malakar is just like, screw this, and he's like totally leaving him. And I guess I'm just like, how can you leave him? You know, I thought he was like your familiar.
I'm not. What do you say to Malakar if you're trying to address him about it?
Are you just going to leave him like this?
Oh, he seems like he's doing fine right now. Why don't you go figure out what's going on with him?
I'm not experienced in demon medical.
Okay, fine. And I swim over. Swim over to that thing and go, alright. See, he's not bleeding. He's just unconscious. He'll be fine. Probably.
For about a minute.
For about a minute, okay.
Oh, I mean, I haven't. No. I didn't actually dispel the water breathing yet. I have not done that. Notably.
Yet. But okay. So.
But so let's put it this way. I think he would react best to seeing your face first, because he liked you like a lot more than he liked me.
Yeah, well, that's not
like
that hard. So.
Oh man, we're underwater and that burns.
Yeah, no, I could resistance to that, and that hurts.
I was typing it out.
You know.
So I guess
her water breathing.
Glaring at him.
Yeah. Yeah, watch you.
So I guess I'm like trying to wake him up.
Just like float in front of him, and I'll like wake him up.
That all of you are under the influence of water breathing at the behest of a Dimir agent when there is.
No, I'm pretty sure he's a Zed
on the line.
Oh, it's worth noting that it's not a concentration spell, so I have to actually dispel it if I want it to end, which Arcady could do just as easily.
Could he though?
Yeah, how many spell slots you got, bud?
Hey, 1.
Oh man, you used half of your warlock tax slots?
Yeah. Oh, wow. You preserved half of your spells?
So we try to shake Short awake. How does that go?
Who's shaking him awake?
Oh god.
Me.
We're making sure that he
gently
sees Spec first.
All right.
Like, hey buddy, you okay?
I'm gonna give you an animal handling at advantage because he knows and recognizes you.
Okay.
Animal handling. Is he an animal?
Apparently.
He's feeling. Corey,
He's an animal, alright.
Hey, that's pretty good.
That's
Nice.
pretty good.
That's way more than enough.
When he starts to arouse, I'm going to swim away swiftly.
Run.
As he comes to, he immediately like jerks backwards, his wings buffeting the water and everything. Gold and platinum coins come floating up into the water in like a cloud of metal clinking back to the bottom of the water. And he looks at you with an alien intelligence that was not there before as he rests on his cloven feet. Hooves? Hooves.
I don't know.
Whatever you want them to
I
be.
think if feet are cloven, they're hooves.
Yeah.
This is true.
His cloven hooves. You know that there are significant changes in size in particular. This is no longer a 6-foot medium humanoid. This is now a large fiend. The horns coming out of his face are. You remember that the cackler looks like, right? Remember how it's like kind of a bony face with the flesh over it? All of that flesh is gone. All that flesh is gone. So the flesh is now a blackened skull with like maybe draconic horns coming up out of it. It looks like maybe the charred skull of a tiefling, maybe.
Draconic horns, wings.
The wings are flesh; they are not feather. And he has the furry loins and legs of a goat. He looks at
So
you.
I guess I like looking at him and be like,
he looks black void eyes directly at you, and he appears to be combating some sort of instinct. Poised somewhere between attacking and defending you from somebody else. He's definitely in a combat stance.
okay, oh gosh. You're like, hey, Short, is that you? Are you okay, buddy?
Short. And you see his steam comes bubbling up out of his throat. Short. Spectessa. Where are we?
We're currently underwater in a not so good situation. Do you remember anything?
Begins looking around at the mountains of treasure and the seaweed floating up towards the surface. Everything has changed. His face darkens and he looks down, clenches his fists. Malakar!
Hi, buddy.
Dives off towards the surface, up and away from you.
Oh no.
Oh.
Did you tell him to go?
No.
So.
I think I need to find a new familiar.
Oh, that's another thing. I have to tell Feza.
So that wasn't like supposed to happen or anything, right? That's.
Yeah, I planned all of that. Definitely. No. God.
Well, I mean, I don't know how, like, demons or your familiars work.
Yeah, neither do I.
Should
You
have
ever met
definitely
that
dropped
wizard who
water
knows what they're
breathing.
doing?
I don't know.
What was that, Arcady?
Should
I
have
didn't quite
definitely
catch that.
dropped that water breathing. Should have just done it. It's clearly a
Maybe.
problem now. I mean, if it wasn't before.
I have another plan for him, but we'll see how that pans out.
Fine. Just wish. I hope I'm not involved in that plan. Anyway, let's gather
Yeah,
this.
of course you are. Hey,
Zane,
Fane,
how
I
are
see
you
a big ass
looking?
wooden trunk under that pound of treasure. You want to help me get that out?
Oh yeah. Let's sure. Let's do that. Can you actually even help? You don't look very strong.
Excuse me, that's insulting. I have a unseen servant.
I don't
Intense
know what that
floating
means,
disc.
but it sounds good.
All right. You pull a chest out from under some coins, and which all sort of float to the ground. You note that none of these coins are just like they're not rusting or deteriorating in any way from being under the water, but at the same time, there is a layer of sediment that has settled down on top of everything. As you begin pulling it out, one of the rib bones of the dragon you just recently killed comes floating down and rests just across the top of the chest. And as you look up, you see other pieces of it begin raining down.
That's a cheery sight.
That took some time for it to start floating down here.
I had to probably deteriorate into the tiny pieces of mush that inflicted wounds left it as.
I don't know what
Yeah.
that is, but I believe you.
Let's get a load up while
Yeah.
this all settles.
Yeah.
All right, so you've got a large wooden chest. It weighs approximately 1,200 pounds.
Oh god,
It doesn't float.
that's
Like, what's its density? That's the more important question.
that is very true.
Very dense, very dense.
All right.
Yes.
All right. I'll get this thing up. The rest of you, carry the things you can carry. Anything else that we need that we don't think we can swim up with?
Oh, I don't know.
Well, let's
Look
look what is
around.
over here.
Yeah, see if there's anything else that maybe Malachi needs to do whatever weird magic-y thing he's about to do, probably.
Give me a
Two.
perception check.
Perception.
All of you looking around.
18. 21. I'm proficient in that one.
Well,
Oh, it's
That is an
16
amazing-
plus 3. 19 for Geneva.
27?
Or just Arcady could crit it.
Yeah. That's going to be Arcady and Nat. Both of you see from maybe 100 feet up, behind these pillars, small little serpentine heads looking down at you as you begin pillaging the treasure amid the ruins of their mother floating down.
Arcady, can you scare them or something? I don't want to deal with them today. We've killed enough things.
Maybe. I think they're not very keen to fight us. I mean, I assume these things just saw what we did, right? Wouldn't be very smart if they decided to.
I'm just gonna. Sorry, keep going. I'm gonna call out to them and be like, "Hey, I'll give you a cut of the gold if you help us move this stuff."
Roll persuasion.
Sure.
Oh, Lord.
Dirty
These
20.
are serpents?
Oh.
They're the wormlings.
They're the baby dragons.
Oh.
How big are they?
I think they're dragons are usually
they
medium.
are- Yep. All right. What was your roll?
I got a dirty 20.
A dirty 20. Yeah, that will convince all 4 of them. 2 others come out from behind, from where you're standing, and actually one of them rushes right past you, sliding its scales along your side. As they each begin making off with a portion of the horde.
Oh.
What's money?
Yeah, fair enough.
It just...
You said you'd help. I need this I'm thinking this heavy thing up there.
After they've sort of cordoned off portions of the loot in different corners of the room, 2 of them come and grab the edges of this chest and begin hauling it towards the surface.
I'm going to take an elevator ride with them, just in case.
All right, so they actually break the surface, flying you up and out of the area.
Oh.
You are hanging from this chest. They put you down in the middle of the streets. Not so gently. In fact, you might be hanging off the bottom of this chest as they drop you a d20 feet.
I'll make an acrobatics check if you think that's appropriate.
I think that's exactly appropriate. 13 feet.
I get a 10.
Oh, that's passable. You managed to not get caught underneath this 1,200-pound chest. The rest of you
fell on my...
As the 2 are flying towards the surface, the other 2 steal small items of significant value from the other 2 piles and take it back to their own hoards in the making. You're watching this sort of Blue Dragon War about to erupt, and who knows what that's going to spell out for poor blister coils in about 50 years.
Oh, we should probably
Sibling
hurry up and
rivalry.
get out of here.
Okay. The rest of you grab a few miscellaneous items that you can carry towards the surface and set off to divvy up the loot.
Actually, before we go, can I actually leave the treat bag of treats that Malachar gave me open on a rock next to the pool?
Yes.
Aww.
Aww.
Cute.
Yes.
Aww.
So you just sort of, as you're making to the surface, you make your way up and onto the platform that you were standing on, negotiating with some sort of winged being, deity, to be determined. And you leave the treats on the edge there, and then make your way up the ladder back up to the city, where you will have the opportunity to head to the pre-designated meetup point, rendezvous point. Where did you guys say you were meeting up?
It was various.
Did we
Well,
say
I said
we had said
I
we'd
did
meet
say
at the
we should
Burrows
meet
Brew in
back.
the morning.
Yeah, we had like we had breakfast plans.
If it pleases the council, I would like to run into Fane with this chest on a Tenz's floating disc on the way home.
Certainly.
Yeah, I'll meet
Pleases the
like
council.
outside Sunhome. And Fane, come here. And you see he's got this black disc of void with a grimy chest on top of it. I thought you might be interested because, and he takes his hand, he wipes across the top, and you just see like a very he wipes away the grime, and you see an old emblazoned Boros guild sigil on the top of the chest.
Oh, this is Boros.
Yeah, I figured might be of interest. If we get inside, I don't want to open this thing on the streets.
Yeah. Come on. Just lead him back in.
Sure. So, where are we?
Yeah, where are we? I think we are just inside the barracks,
just
I
like-
would assume.
Yeah, okay.
So you were in the blister coils, you were in the streets, but you were going towards the sun home?
I met him outside Sunhome, assuming he was going back
Yeah.
there.
I see. You were headed back to report to Sunholm. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, that is actually in District 10. I'm sorry, District 10, Precinct 5. Right? Precinct 5?
Precinct is the sub areas.
Yes. Precinct 5 is the blister coils, and that's where everybody is at. But if you're going to a different section...
Where are you all going?
Well, I mean, it's just trying to hit him off there before bed, so, like, I'll just sleep in a little bit. It'll be fine.
Yeah. Precinct 4 is what I see.
Yeah, I'm looking for it. Precinct 4 is fine, though.
Yeah.
Okay.
District 10, Precinct 4 is at least what I'm seeing.
So, I guess we head into the barracks. What's that? What's that like? I've never been inside a Boros barracks. Wink.
Do I believe? No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Of course you do.
Fane, no, Fane has good insight, alright?
Oh, that's right.
I
He's very
appreciate
wise.
Oh, he's alright, wise.
He's yeah.
Yeah, I mean, as an investigator
by.
who speaks to people, he needs to be better at insight. But yeah, I will lead you into the barracks because they are, they're not as important, so I can kind of just get you in.
It's
this
it's
is my
also it's like
room.
late. Like
Yeah.
it's late. It's probably kind of quiet there.
Yeah. It wouldn't be too bustling.
Right. So, Fane, I may have also had, a little something I wanted to discuss with you. You're kind of dumb, right? In a good way?
Well, that's not fair. I mean, I don't know everything, but I'm not dumb. I mean...
Okay, let me phrase it another way, because I'm trying to skit at something specific here. You really, really care about the people of Ravnica, right?
Yeah, I do.
Not just a little bit, a lot, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Bad things are coming to Ravnica. They always have been. It happens every so often. And the way that part's not important right now. We need people who are vanguards for this place. People with a longer picture. You're here, and I was trying to do so much in so little time, and I knock on my body and it clinks with my construct existence, which I'm hiding currently. I can take a longer view now. I can take a longer term picture. I need to get people who will be here for a long time to protect this place, because this is the only home we have.
Yeah, I mean...
This
I
isn't
agree.
some Boros thing. This isn't some Izzet thing, or any other guild. This is a Ravnica thing.
I'm with you on this, yeah.
Right.
It is important that we are here to protect the people. All of the people.
Agreed. The people are what... We have all these guilds and concepts and social constructs in Ravnica, but that's not what makes Ravnica. What makes Ravnica is the people of Ravnica.
Yeah. I agree completely with you.
So I thought you might be able to use this to help, and I'm gonna open up the chest.
What do I see, Corey?
Yeah, in the chest. Well, There are a few items in there. Chief among them, right in plain sight, is an interesting looking sword. It's massive. It looks slightly familiar on first examination. As you reach in, do you pick it up?
Yeah. I pick it up from the hilt.
As you pick it up, you put your hand upon it, and it strikes you that in the wrong hands, this would be a very, very bad thing. And that it's a very good thing that Malachar didn't try to pick it up. Because this is not meant for anyone outside of Boros. And in fact, it's not meant for everybody within the Boros. This is a sword of the angels.
Yeah. It's a very good thing you brought this to me, Malachar. This is a special blade. Had you decided to pick it up, certain things may have happened.
Fane, come on. Have I ever been so careless?
No, I mean, I wasn't saying you would have been. I just think it's a good thing that you didn't.
I'm just gonna put a hand on Fane's shoulder and go, the people of Ravnica need a light. A beacon. That can be you.
Yeah.
That can't be me.
Why can it not be you?
He smiles a little bit. I'll tell you sometime, but not here. Now, I've gotta go. I gotta go feed my cat.
You call him... I heard somebody say it's Dumbledore? Is that what its name is?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh. Well, I love cats, so just give Dumbledore a pet for me.
He looks at the deserted Boros barracks and goes, all this, it just holds you back. You could be more.
I mean, maybe if I lean against the wall, it holds me up, but I mean, I don't... Yeah, I mean, it's pretty good.
Remember when I called you dumb at the beginning of this conversation?
It was hurtful, I remember it, yes.
That thing about the wall, that's where that comes from.
Oh, is this...
I'm being metaphoric.
It's okay, I remember
Non-literal.
I apologize. I'm not, so bad. I have this friend, his name's Drax. He's terrible with metaphors. But, I'm a little better, but I have some trouble with them. If I've heard it before, I am okay with it, but new ones sometimes get me.
If you ever want to try to grow to be bigger than this place, figuratively, come talk to me.
Okay.
He's just gonna put his foot out a little bit and follow and step and turn and saddle on out, and the chest will follow him on his disc.
Goodbye, Malachar.
I got other places to be tonight. Got a cat to feed.
Okay.
This is your cat.
All right. Fane, what will you do with the Sword of the Angels?
Well, I had very much intended to go speak with, if I could find her, Feather, to tell her about the going-ons that happened today, especially with the stones that I made sure to bring to show her.
Malachar just railed at you.
Tea time.
All right. Okay, so with that, Malachar goes back to feed the proverbial cat, and Air
Well,
quotes.
it's an actual cat now, right?
Okay. No. Between seasons, he got a cat and named it Dumbledore.
I don't
happened.
recall seeing a stat block for an actual cat, or even talking about purchasing one.
No, we covered that in session 0.
He did.
Yeah, we talked about it.
Okay. I was like, an actual cat.
In fact, if I had to guess, when he gets back to his apartment, Suniva will be there having fed the cat.
Alright, I wasn't thinking that, but I love the idea.
Suniva didn't trust Malachar to get back in time.
Somebody's got to do it.
Yeah.
I'll be honest,
Okay.
he's like the worst cat owner. He's never home. Right. Probably
Just
goes
spills a bunch of
days
bowls.
a week without food.
That would
Yeah,
probably
just like
argue
cat
that makes you the
cat
best.
food.
Malachar just casts contingency feed cat.
No,
The
it's
un-
glyph
the
of
unseen
warding.
servants-
So when the cat jumps on the counter where the food is, a glyph of warding goes off and conjures cat food.
But the thing is, cats do that 400 times a day. They go up to their food and
True.
smell it, and they go, "All right, it's
He's
there.
over.
I'm
He's
cool."
overweight.
He's a real chonky cat.
Yes!
Oh lord, he coming.
He just eats all the food Malachar puts out all at once.
There you go.
Oh.
For reference out there, in counter roleplay, nor does DM Corey endorse the abuse of felines. The abuse of overfeeding of felines. Don't do that!
Adventurers do not make good pet owners.
I mean, that is true.
I'm thinking Trailer Park Boys, Cat Food Mountain. That's all I can think of.
Oh lordy.
I thought Nat froze for a second there. Give me that 1,000-yard stare. Okay, so with that, you meet up back at Malachar's apartment. It's a fairly nice place. Dumbledore really has it to himself. It's got a good view. It's maybe 17th, 18th floor in an 85-story building. Decent view over a park setting into the blister coils. You can see in the distance the Azet headquarters. Yeah, he's got lots of windows.
It's like exactly how I imagined it, to be honest. That was pretty good.
Oh. Okay, I am assuming that I guess I must have found a way in somehow, because he told me where he lived, and if I'm feeding Dumbledore... Maybe, actually, you know what? I couldn't get in, but if Malachar comes home, Suniva's just, like, sliding, like, jerky rations underneath the door to, like, Dumbledore on the other side.
I love it. Neighbor
Just
probably
like
wouldn't break in.
Paw sticking out, taking them.
Yeah, I'm just like whispering to him in like elvish, like baby, like talk. Like, oh, that is okay, Dumbledore. I will make sure that you get some food. Don't worry.
Okay,
Oh my goodness.
as Malachar arrives, where is Nunu?
Who's Nunu?
I think our
Nunu's
Where's
right there.
Arcady?
Where is Arcady?
Nunu's right
Arcady.
there, Corey.
Arcady would have just gone straight to the cathedral to speak to his superiors about certain happenings earlier this afternoon.
Yes.
Hallow would go there later tonight. Like, she didn't go to Malachar. She's, like, chilling.
So Arcady went directly after the treasure, though. You'll have something you'll be able to do right after the treasure as well, finding where you're going. Arcady and Hallow, you guys will both arrive about the same time, if that's where you're headed. Almost the same time. Arcady, you'll be able to get there a little bit sooner. Hallow, where did you go? Just the shopping and the clothing change and wander the streets?
Yeah, I would probably... There's, like, the first time we all gathered, there was, like, we went to, like, an inn, right, for, like, breakfast. Like she probably like I would have tried to find like just like a place to stay.
The Rakdos
to like
one,
get
right?
a room. No.
Are you sure?
Was
I
that-
mean, it's hard.
Pretty sure.
They all look the same, right? I mean, are you sure you're in the right place?
I'm not an idiot. No, she probably would have like she knows what's like in town, so she probably would have just found. She wants to find a room to stay for the night, or indefinitely, but for now, the night. So she.
So you find a place that is as far away as possible from your previous situation,
That's probably fair.
but maintains a clear line of sight towards it for some reason.
I think it's symbolism.
I think it's masochism.
Okay. So after you've checked in and sort of gone down for a short rest, you won't have time for that just yet. We'll catch up with that in a moment. Spec, what are you doing after the treats?
I'm kind of keeping to myself for a little bit, but I'm definitely wanting to talk to Malakar because I have some questions that I'm wanting to ask him.
Okay, so you're going to show up at the apartment as well?
Sure, I'll bring drinks.
That stinks. 'Cause I can't drink anymore.
Roll me an insight.
That's your problem.
You got street wisdom, Spec, so you can usually spot what people drink by the way they carry themselves.
Ooh, I like that.
Best use of wisdom, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what he likes. That doesn't mean you want to bring the right stuff.
Fair point.
So Malakar, what is your favorite drink?
Oh, Malachi's a total whiskey person.
Oh, Malika.
Mm.
Fane and Malika gets very long, very well along.
Spec,
Do you remember
you're
the
about to grab
scene
the
in
whiskey.
season 1 when he...
Go ahead, Mal.
Oh no, you remember the scene in season 1 where he underground for like day 6 and he pulls out a fifth of whiskey out of his hidden compartment in his Zet sigil and shares some with Cyrus? You can only carry this much. You gotta get the good shit.
So, Spec, as you're stopped at the local sundry shop, the adventurer's sundry shop, you see the top shelf whiskey, but then you see right next to it, on the bottom shelf, that half the price is the gin, and you could buy 2 of those for the same price.
Oh.
The choice is yours.
It's bad gin, isn't it? It's bad gin, isn't it?
It's straight up
definitely
pine sol.
Because
It's
like,
fucking
there's
fire
good
starter gin.
Made by Monarch.
oh God.
Well, that sounds like a good deal.
Always bargain
But-
conscious.
I'd like to look to see if there's just a tiny, single serving of the best whiskey they have because, it's been a long day and I think I deserve a treat.
Oh. Yeah, there's some top shelf stuff. Actually, this top shelf stuff is actually mixed with a health potion. You gain a D8 hit points while drinking it, but you'll get one level of exhaustion.
Fun, let's do it.
All right, you are mildly intoxicated when you arrive at Malakar's apartment. 2 bottles of gin in hand.
Got that good stuff.
So you open the door, and Malakar sees... you knock and the door just opens, and Malakar sees the gin. Goes, Molotov cocktails. Good thinking.
Well, if you want to sample it beforehand, then, feel free. And I just kind of like shove the bottle like in his chest and kind of let myself in.
So am
If
I
you need
here
help with
too
lighting
right
it on
now?
fire, let me know.
So, as Spec comes in, Suniva is sitting on sort of a duvet with not duvet, a reclining.
Divan.
Yeah. Yes. Thank you. With Dumbledore curled up in their lap.
Oh, hi, Spec.
Hey, Suniva, how are you doing? I'm just kind of like swaying, I guess, a little back and forth.
Close the door.
Well, I mean, I am okay. I guess it has been a hard day. I did not.
Yeah,
want
that's
to
definitely an
go-
understatement.
Yeah.
Well,
I
So I'll just like sit down next to Suniva.
yeah. Malakar is gonna just I'm pretty tired. I'll catch up with you all in the morning. Just
Okay, I will see Dumbledore.
And I
Stay
just kind of say,
over.
Malakar, do you... I just kind of like look at him and say, Malakar, do you have a moment where we can speak privately about something?
Sure. Yeah, just come with me.
As you make your way into the other room, Dumbledore jumps
me-
down and up onto the chest and meows at Suniva.
Oh yeah, there's the chest with the Boros sigil, just like there, smoking up the carpet.
All right, Spec and Nat, you are in the you're out on the balcony overlooking the city. There's a slight breeze to the night air.
That works. Do you want to talk about something? Sorry.
Yeah, so I just like kind of grab the bottle of cheap gin, open it, and take a drink of it myself, and put it down. You're like, so.
Do you want some
Do you know
whiskey? I have
anything
some I can't
about-
drink anymore.
Oh well, if you're offering.
The door, like the window opens, my unseen servant carries my bottle of nice whiskey like out the window and around to the balcony.
I'm just like, okay.
I'm magic. I don't have to explain shit.
I didn't ask. So, do you know anything about, I believe it's called the Cult of Rakdos?
Yeah, I got some experience. I've got a long and storied history working with the Azat to craft things, and we work with each and every guild, which totally explains why I just know random things about all the guilds. Yep.
So, what is your experience with them?
Oh, observational. In nature. He has pauses. He's like, all right, fine. Let's just do this right. Spec, I'm gonna tell you something that you can't tell anyone else. Is that okay?
Sure. Who am I going to tell anyway?
If you're lying to me, I will read your thoughts, find out, and kill you.
Well, let's just say I don't really want people knowing that I'm asking you this anyway, so this will stay between us.
Perfect. So, I used to be part of the Cult of Rakdos under the name Screct Fire Needle. I am in a emplaced Demir spy agent for most of my life at this point, since I was about 22. And frankly, I'm telling you this as a peace offering because I need something from you. So, but we'll get to that in a moment. We'll get to that in a moment. For right now, why don't I answer your questions? I was a tattoo artist. I went on raids. We did lots of partying. I sacrificed some people in front of the demon Lord Rakdos once. It was kind of fun. I enjoyed it a little too much. Sorry, I just looked at everyone's face in the top row, and it was Robert killed me. So, I'm not messing around here. What do you want to know?
All right. Well, that was unexpected for sure. I had a little bit of a feeling, but obviously did not know it was to that extent. Let's just say I have some interest myself and I'm just trying to collect information because I don't think that most people I've been coming in contact with lately have the same goals that I do.
What are your goals, Spectissa? What are your long-term plans?
Well, as long as myself and a few select people are all right and comfortable, then, you know, I don't much care what happens to others, I guess, as bad as that sounds.
Sounds
I
pretty
come
bad.
from a place.
You're a bad person. You should feel
Not
bad.
necessarily. I mean, as long as the people that you care about and people that, you know, you believe deserve to be okay are fine. I'm not saying you should go out of your way to harm others.
Spec, the system that we live within goes out of its way to harm others. That's the
Exactly.
basis of it. It puts people.
And have you noticed that I'm not a part of that system?
I have. When that reason is why I still respect you. You know, and you're pretty badass. But we'll get to that later. So, what are you trying to find out about the cult of Rakdos?
I've just heard that, you know, for people who are trying to meet certain goals, that it can be a good way to do it, but for obvious reasons, that's not something I'm willing to take lightly. So I'm just trying to find some information about it. And, you know, you seem to be the person to go to for information.
Well, the cult of Rakdos is run by what you might call, well, his name is Rakdos. The cult is named after him. He's a big, powerful creature, one of the most powerful creatures on this entire plane of existence, as far as I'm able to tell. You can make deals with him. He doesn't really care or want for much more than entertainment and chaos. The world is a game to him. He's a danger, really. He's 1/10 of the most corrupt system of Ravnica. That being said, if you're looking for certain things, he is still one of the most powerful entities on this plane of existence.
Just kind of nod and you're like, well, why aren't you active with them anymore? What made you change your mind?
I was placed in the
How are you able to
Rakdos
leave?
cult. I was placed in the Rakdos cult after a significant personal loss. Let's put it that way. I found catharsis there. Too much catharsis. The kind of catharsis that comes at the expense of others. Like I said, I sacrificed a couple people to the great demon himself. And that made the Demir believe that I'd gotten too far in. So they pulled me up. Made sure I was still right in the head.
Oh, are you?
No. But I was able to make them think I was.
Well,
So,
talk about him playing a game and all this being a game. It sounds like you're playing your own sort of game.
well, you see, depends on what you're trying to win. Rakdos wants chaos and destruction. The Azorius want to control everyone. Me, I dream of a free Ravnica. One where our system doesn't accidentally just kill a few hundred people because of clerical errors. And frankly, I don't think the guilds, the Boros, the Azorius, the ones that are here to protect us, prioritize the people. I think we need other individuals.
Definitely know they don't.
Yeah. I think we need other individuals who will be here moving forward to protect Ravnica. Not just the guild interests or the guild leaders, but they care for the guildless and the gilded equally until the day when we can tear down the guild pact itself and lead to a free Ravnica.
Oh.
And right now, I think the Dimir, whose, by the way, original reasoning for ever being included in the guild pact was to oppose the guild pact, are the best vehicle we have. The skill I have. I'm not asking you to join. I would never put that upon somebody. But is a tool to be used.
Yeah, well, I see for sure where you're coming from, and obviously being ungilded myself, I did not see the point in the forced order that, you know, the guilds, you know, stand for, in my opinion. I don't see that you should sign away yourself to someone else's ideals and goals. That does not sound good to me, and that's one reason that, ironically, the Ractives seem to make sense, because the opposite of order is chaos, but it's both part of a bigger problem that might not need to exist.
Blood is on the hand of every gilded member in all of Ravnica.
Well,
now
I can say for certain that I have never had blood on my hands from any individual that someone else told me to kill. Every person that I have dealt with has been because they crossed me or someone that I cared about directly. And I don't like taking orders from people.
Good. I'll serve you well. Don't lose those instincts. But you know what makes you special? Saniva, Arcady, Hollow, they'll die in 100 years, 200 years. You and me, and Fane will be here for centuries upon centuries. We can, together, and maybe with some others, reform this corrupt system. Slowly, take our time, give ourselves the best chance of success. It doesn't need to happen today. Yesterday, I thought it needed to happen today. Yesterday, I only had so little time. Now I can wait and spend as long as I want on it. And I put my trust in you because I don't think that I could work with someone so directly for so long if they didn't really know they could trust me. So are you in?
I think I might have misjudged you at the start. Then I extend my hand.
Keep the whiskey. And I really do need
I think I will, thank you. Well, I will see you later then. Just kind of still swaying out.
And fun fact, I don't sleep anymore, so I just sit on my couch and do nothing for 6 hours for my long rest.
Well, I mean, you're still a wizard.
Nope, he's fine.
Dedicated.
He's just getting his rest in.
Method acting.
Brava, sir.
Now we can have a scene that doesn't include me in it.
I don't know. Saniva showed up at your place and said Dumbledore.
Morning.
You're just so popular.
Well,
Yeah, I mean, whatever.
Katie,
We could talk in the morning, or in the meantime, I guess Sudivo's probably getting drunk on the floor with Dumbledore while they were talking.
you come walking back here.
no,
and
like
you see Dumbledore
Malachar
is
comes in and
soft.
she was just unconscious on the floor with the cat sitting on her. Sitting on him. And I was like, oh, cute. And I'll take a blanket and chuck it kind of roughly over the duo, which will make Dumbledore scatter. And then I'll just sit on the couch. Because instead of
Aw.
sleeping for 6 hours, I just am inactive and attentive, and I think, and I plan.
Yep. Sentry's rest.
It's got to be great for just economics of living space. I mean, think about it. If you don't have to have a bedroom, that's an entire extra room in your home, right?
Always
I
right.
have a bedroom.
Hey, now you have to restart your long rest.
You can have 2 hours of light activity. Fight me.
You're right. You're right. I'm sorry. You're right.
When you're right, you're right.
2 hours.
Yeah, 6 hours of sleep, 2 hours of light activity, 8-hour rest. Unless you're an elf, then you get to break the rules.
Or
Well,
a
you
Fey
still
Pact
have to
Warlock
do
with that
The light
invocation.
activity, but yeah.
All right. Well,
Actually, they changed that.
thought
They
was
made it.
1 hour,
They
but
swapped that around.
I thought it was just 1 hour to include like eating and whatnot at camp, but it doesn't really matter because we're in a domestic setting. And anyways, you obtain your rest. Arcady, you arrive at the church. Air quote, air quote.
Is it not a church?
It is a church.
Organized crime syndicate? I mean,
Hey, still a
People
church.
pray to what they pray to. Church
Exactly.
is church.
I'm just thinking this sounds like something made by Hubbard, but Scientology. Okay, so you arrive.
Yeah.
You walk in. As a knight, what are your daily functions? What are your responsibilities when you're not out? When you're not crusading to save the world? What are your daily functions?
So as a knight, Arcadia would have either outside jobs to go to places and collect taxes or enforce payments, or if he's staying in the cathedral, then his job inside would be to take in people and see what they would be willing to pay for Orzhov favors or for the blessing of one of the higher-ups.
That definitely did not sound like organized crime at all.
At all! I don't know what
Not
you're
at all.
talking about, Corey.
In fact, that is
They
exactly how
organized
person
organized crime.
the reason they go to the church. Okay, so that's cool. You walk in, and a functionary that you are unfamiliar with is sitting in your desk. She's young, early 20s. She looks as she looks up at you, her hair falls into her face. It was tucked behind her ear, and she looks up and she says, I don't have time to see anybody right now. I need you to please wait in the main hall, please.
I have no recollection of who this person is, correct? No idea.
You've never seen her before.
Okay. Excuse me, but I do not believe we have been introduced before.
Yes, all in due time, when I finish with my works. You may enter when I come and get you.
Can I insight check the situation, see what's going on here?
Yes, please give me a roll.
23.
You recall an odd conversation you had some months back where the organization would not really fault you for having to take on outside responsibilities and be gone for longer periods of time, but they did mention that they might replace you should you continue to be gone for too long.
Okay. Just for context, out of character here, have we been gone for 1 day, right? Just so I know what's happening.
Quick turnaround.
All right, fair enough.
Orzhov waits for no one.
I'll say, excuse me, but as you are in my post, I would insist that you at least tell me your name and state your reasoning for being here.
She looks up somewhat sharply at you. Arcady?
Yes.
You're the famed Arcady. Very well. I will make some time for you. Please, have a seat. And gestures to the rickety old chair across from which you have made people sit in for years.
I'll look at the chair, look at her, pause for 5 seconds. That's all right, I'll stand.
Yes, well, suit yourself. So, well, I'm sure you know the score. I mean, when things have to move, they have to move. But you know, it's really not appropriate for me to be the one explaining all of this to you. So, let me just 1 second. She steps out of the room.
If she steps out of the room, I'll peek over to the notes, the work she was doing.
You are intimately familiar with what she's working on. She's actually in the process of scratching out a lot of your notes and writing over them in very simplistic terms. So obviously, she doesn't grasp the nuance of the situation.
While she's gone, I'll do like the quickest corrections here and there in the notes.
You even somehow managed to mimic her writing well enough that she might think that it was her writing that did it. I mean,
oh, in that case, no. I'll blatantly make it my own handwriting. Yeah.
Yeah, because then wouldn't they want to replace him if she's that good?
Exactly.
So
Gotta get that job security.
You don't forge it. You start making notes about how inappropriate she is and like rebutting some of her finer points. And she comes walking back in with your old boss. Well, with your boss, as far as you're concerned. This is odd, and he looks sort of embarrassed. Arcady.
Good evening. Yeah.
Arcady, let us go for a walk. This is not a conversation for sensitive ears.
Absolutely, Ministrant. I'll accompany you. As we reach the door, I'll turn back before we leave completely and say, "Oh, by the way, I did some minor corrections. There was something wrong in your work." And I close the door behind me.
She blanches immediately. As you're closing the door, you see her dash towards her desk. Your desk.
Yeah.
The minister clasps his arms behind his back and begins pacing down through the colonnade along the front of the church. The sun is setting. There's a slight fog to the air, and it's warm. The birds are chirping, and it's quite peaceful for the 6th district. Is normally a rougher place after dark, but it's in that quiet moment right before. And he begins strolling down this colonnade. He says, "Arcady, I'm sorry that you had to find out in such a poor form. We did not expect you back for some time.
I understand.
I'm not sure you do. There have been recent developments.
I am sure you can brief.
It would seem the old rival has returned. Our lady's not so friendly acquaintance has returned.
Are you telling me that this mission you sent me on was related to this all along, and you just decided to keep me in the dark?
I'm sorry, related to what, Arcady? We sent you on a mission to investigate the tower down below. Is that what you're asking about?
No, the first mission, to follow the interesting individual, the one with the weird Selesnya powers.
Yes, well, that was never your official mission. Arcady, you must understand that there is no record of those orders ever being given.
I do understand, and I also understand there is no record of this conversation right here, so we can speak openly. What is the play here, Ministrant? I respect that you hold a higher position than mine, but I do not appreciate being toyed with, you must imagine.
Well, if you were to find your way back into the graces of Our Lady, I'm sure there would be a seat available, but she is erstwhile occupied, dealing with, well, she simply referred to one Dardario.
Interesting. So am I to assume that Am I to assume that I have no further mission from you? Is that it?
From an official capacity, I would say that you have simply lost a position of favor from a friend. We've known each other many years, Arcady. From a friend, you've let someone gain leverage over you. They've used it to seek position and rank. Were I in your shoes, I would seek to right that.
Very well. I am now officially requesting a period of absence. I shall reflect upon your words, and hopefully when I come back, we shall be on better terms. You and I, and myself and other entities within our organization, if you understand what I am saying, of course.
Arcady, you and I will always be on good terms, and of course your request is granted with immediacy. I look forward to your return. One word of warning. She may look young, but do not underestimate the grasp that she holds in yours. Safe travels, Arcady.
Thank you very much. One last request. I would like to use the church facilities for one more night before I travel and right the wrongs. Is that okay?
Of course, every Orzhov parishioner is welcome within the church at all hours. You are, of course, welcome to the facility.
I would like to request the church to be the most empty as possible tonight and provide a room where I can have a private conversation. That is all. Thank you, old friend.
We shall set up the South Conference room.
Perfect.
Go with grace. And he
Always.
turns and he walks back into the building. And you spy Hallow walking up the front steps. Some distance off yet.
Okay. I'll make my way at a rapid pace towards the Southern Conference Room. And give the borrowers and the syndics on my way indications to let Hallow in and direct her also towards the Southern Conference Room.
Hallow, are you going to the same organization or your old organization, as they are literally right next door to one another?
No, I'm going to see Arcady, although Megan's not so sure now, but hello, pretty sure. Yeah, no, I'm... but yeah, she's going to try to find Arcady.
Okay.
So you were actually directed straight to the. They seem to have anticipated your arrival and direct you straight to the Southern Conference Room.
It's like,
you note as you're walking through, the difference in the symbology in this this church, other than your own, is very, very small. The script and symbolism of the on the tapestries and on the altars and everything is, it looks like it could be written in the same language.
That's weird. I think I will just very uncomfortably make my way to where they told me Arcady was. Probably just like knocking on the door, like really like meekly, just be like, oh, maybe he's not there, and I can just...
The door is very lightweight and creaky. It's made of sort of super dry pine, vertical board with just a simple backing across it. Rope hinges, very humble in design. And you make your way into a sort of a larger conference room. That it's not well appointed by any means, but it's certainly not what you would expect in somewhere run down. It's the furniture is well kept and well repaired, but it's not new. It's not polished. It's kind of a little bit well, it's clean. We'll put it that way.
If you knock, in that case,
yeah, I knock.
A voice from the inside. Yes, come in. It's open. Go on.
All right, yeah. So push the door open and walk in. Yeah.
You walk in. Simple, barren conference room, well kept. Arcady is in a main large vertical alongside the vertical big table. He's currently unclasping his upper part of the splint mail and putting it down on the table, and you see underneath just a white golden embroidered linen shirt, and he's currently just taking the armor off.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hi. And you definitely notice like she's not in any like Celestia stuff at all. Like just plain crap. So.
I was expecting you, but perhaps not this way. That was quick.
Do you? I can come back if this isn't good. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I can come back. I can.
No, It's okay. Have a seat. We can chat.
Okay. And I think I'll sit down like across the table from you.
Okay. So, hello. How are you holding up? Are you better? Did you have some time to think?
Enough time and not enough time. I'm just very, very confused about a lot of things and then not confused about some things, and I just thought maybe you'd know what to say.
Perhaps I do, but is what I say what you really want to hear? I ask.
I don't know. There's only one way to find out.
Exactly. Hear me out. How do you feel now about what happened? What are your thoughts against this entity that revealed itself before you? Is it anger? Is it confusion? Is it fear?
I feel like a liar. That I felt all this way my whole life, and that's what I told people, and it's not true, and I've just been lying to everybody about everything for as long as I've been alive. And yeah, I'm confused and I'm a little afraid, but I think mostly I feel very stupid, naive.
Perhaps stupidity and naivety are things you should feel about yourself, but a liar? I do not believe so. Did you truly believe you were a cleric of Matselesnia? Did you truly believe your powers came from the world soul itself?
Yes. It's all I've ever thought or known since I was small.
How can you be a liar if you were telling your own truth?
A lie is a lie, Katie.
Is it? Does it telling something you believe in constitute a lie? Or on purpose changing facts, telling something that you know it's not truth? Does that constitute a lie? I believe so. If I preach something I truly believe in, if in the future I get proven wrong, I wasn't lying, I was telling my own truth. But it's within my power to actually change and repent for the mistakes I've made. But the lie should not weigh in my conscience, just the wrong I did. And as far as I know, you have done no wrong, only good. Isn't that right?
I suppose I don't really think of that. I've tried to do good. I've tried to do good things and leave things better than I found them, but
exactly. Why are you beating yourself over this? This just presents clarity. It gives you the power to control your own destiny. You know the truth. It's your choice now. You can no longer live in fear of doing the wrong thing, because now you know for sure what you have and what you have to work with. Tell me, Hello, is revenge you seek? Is it? Because if it is, I will help you.
I don't have freedom. It's even more control.
Break
I don't
free,
know
then.
who.
Release the
it's
shackles. Leave it. Let's do it. With you by my side, we can overthrow this measly entity. We can do it. We ask the others. They will help you. They like you. They don't like me that much, but they like you. Just decide if this is what you want. We'll hunt this creature to the ends of Ravnica. What say you?
And what then? What am I without the power that he gives me? That's all I've had. That's all I've known. At least if I stay, then I can still do something of value, something good. But without him, I'm just nobody.
There are other entities that will gladly give you power. You need not focus on this one single entity. Ravnica is a big, big plane. You will find creatures that are willing to help you for the good reasons, not for the wrong, twisted reasons this creature led you to leave all these years. And if they don't, it doesn't matter. At least you have peace. You can help people in other ways. I have no doubt you'd have acquired skills throughout these years. You don't rely on your magic.
You're asking so much of me, and there's nothing I can do to stand against a creature like that. Everything I have comes from him. How can I do anything to stand against him? The best I can do is just stay and be satisfied in what I have and try to do good with the cards I've been dealt.
Is that it? You're just gonna quit, submit to fate, deliver your life in the hands of a creature that fooled you all these years, led you to believe you were something, and now you just discovered you're not. Well, do the same to it. Deceive, lie, make it believe you want to fight alongside it, and when it least expects you to, we, together, with the others if they wish to, will be there to finish it, give you peace, tranquility, and a new beginning. Isn't that what you want? Live your life without lies?
And if we fail, then, or if we, even worse, if we succeed and that doesn't bring peace, that doesn't bring happiness, what if we succeed and then there's just nothing left? What's after? What's next? At least this way, if I stay, I know what's coming. I know what my days will be.
Do you, though? Are you some kind of clairvoyant like Fane was claiming to be? No, you cannot see the future. I cannot see the future. I catch glimpses of it if I want, but I cannot see it clearly. You need to act in the moment. You need to make choices that you know will impact you now. There's no point in lingering around feeling sorry for yourself when your fate, your destiny, is right here in front of you. You were lucky. You have people that probably trust in you, are willing to help you. Take that opportunity. Don't miss it. Think about it if you must, but there's only one clear path, Hallow.
I think you're putting entirely too much faith in me. What if you think that I'm capable of doing these things and I'm not? What if I'm not good enough?
Why wouldn't you be? I've seen you. I've seen you heal people, fight, survive, live to fight another day. Have you seen the others in combat? Yes, they're very good. Fane has tactics. Malachar has tricks. You have spirit. You have something good inside you. But also, you can hold yourself in a fight. You can aid others. You are what they are, but much better. Believe me when I tell you this.
And if I say yes, what then?
Then we rest. We are tired. We rest, we reconvene, we plan, and we strike.
Can I think? Can I have
course.
time?
Yes. Just don't think too much. Follow your gut.
My gut hasn't done much good for me as of late, I fear, but I'm not going to take your words lightly, believe me, but I just need just a little time, I think.
I understand. I will seek you tomorrow. Think on it today.
Okay. I will. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, and I think I'm just gonna...
As Aloe stands up, I continue stripping off the armor and go on with my life.
That was good. Also,
Oh,
new nickname in chat.
Yeah.
Wait, what? Was not
Yeah,
paying
you got
attention
your
to chat.
Yep.
Your hot voice.
I
there or
wasn't paying
something
attention to. I wasn't paying attention to chat either.
Yeah,
Let me-
Mr.
guys.
Sexy Voice.
Oh, Mr. Sexy Boy,
Wow.
Ooh.
Smexy?
Mr.
It's
Sexy
Smexy.
Boy.
Smexy.
Okay, get it
Oh,
right.
sorry,
what's
I missed that
Sexy?
part.
Oh, I thought it said
In that
sex.
Very
case.
important.
Where is the lie, though?
There is no lie.
There's no lie.
There are no lies herein.
There are no lies in this church. No lies.
It's the Church of Deals, not lies.
Exactly.
You are mutually
You
exclusive.
can't lie in a deal. You can't lie in a deal. Then nobody would ever deal with you.
Exactly.
Honestly, I think the Orzhov subsist off of that concept.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. So, Hallow, where do you go next? It seems Arcadia is going to, take a long rest.
Correct.
Hallow?
All right. I had a clear picture of what I wanted to happen, and now I don't know, but I think
We play games to find out what happens. It's
we
amazing.
play games to find out what happens.
Yeah.
I think what I'm going to, I think Hallow's going to go back to the inn, and try to get to bed early and wake up early enough to maybe get to Malachar before everyone meets up for breakfast.
All right.
But try to
Can have a party there.
get some sleep on it.
All right. Spec.
Yes.
You are the only one who is not retired for the evening yet. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
Or Fane?
Yeah, Fane is going to speak with
Yeah.
Feather, but after.
Yeah.
I mean,
My plans was just to
can
find like an inn away from everybody and just do my own thing.
you have trance. You can literally just sit wherever you want. You don't even go to sleep. You can sit right next to Malachar on the couch for 4 hours and get a long rest. Yeah.
Fair point.
All right. Spec, roll me a d20.
Okay.
It ends up in a rack.
Hallow,
Oh no.
Hallow, roll me a d20 as well.
Ah.
There's bed bugs.
Okay.
Just
Oh, it's even worse.
You're both in the same inn. You're in the same inn.
that's right. That's what he's doing.
Yep, you're in the same inn.
Do they notice each other?
They don't know it until the morning. Spec, you're just a little bit tipsy when you came stumbling in, and Hala was lost in thought, and you stumbled right past her and bought a room, went upstairs.
All right.
All right, Fane.
Yeah.
As you make your way back to Sunhome, you try to get in to see Feather. It's a ways up the ranks, and, well, Feather's a rather busy individual, being off on all the holy wars and everything else that the Boros Legion manages at the front lines, and they're not completely available right at the moment. But you are put in front of an official. She stands at a sort of an altar, sort of a cross between an altar and a desk, something like that. Flicking a long feather pen and in most officious manner. Yes, Fane, what is it I can help you with today? She doesn't look up.
Yes, well, I have been out on a mission, and I ended up underneath Ravnica. While there, I believe that I met up with Novena, and Novena asked for assistance with something going on down there. While assisting Novena, we ended up getting to a place where some creatures sacrificed some the Shiveth. I think that's what. Wait, what was it? What were they?
The Viashina.
Vishin. I have the wrong
Shiveth
thing
is the
on
name
here.
of the town.
Yeah. That was the town. I didn't write their name. The Viashin, and it opens up a portal, and like an undead army came out, or some kind of army. I shouldn't necessarily say undead because I'm not sure about that. But an army came out and marched away, blocked off the passage. We couldn't get to it, so we tried to get back up. And on our way up, we ended up fighting a dragon. We killed it. Don't worry, it's dead. And then the easiest way I could say this is an angel came out of the corpse of like a copy of one of the party members. And to me, he seemed very important here. It seemed like a he, which is very confusing to me. But he seemed somewhat dark. And I don't know if you know the name, but he says his name was Dardariel.
As you said the angel's name, in hindsight, you recognize that her quill stopped. When you said he, her jaw dropped. And when you said Dardariel, the pen falls from her grasp and clatters to the floor.
Is you know who this is?
Haven't you read these scrolls? You, how long ago was this? This is big.
A few hours. He tried to give us one of these, and I pull up the stone. He said it would give us power. Of course, I did not accept, but I figured I'd bring it back to you.
In the middle of you saying that, she reaches out and covers what you're holding her. Show this around. This is very bad. This way. You must come this way, right away. What did you say his name was? The angel?
Dardariel.
No, the other one.
Oh, I believe it was Novena. I wasn't 100% sure, but it was dark down there. But I believe so. didn't correct me when I said the name Novena, so I believe so.
I don't know of Novena.
Well, then I don't know, but
Wait. I must check with records. This could be even worse. Let's maybe not go breathing that around here. Okay, so this way. And she leads you off. She picks up her book, stoops to pick up her quill, and ushers you off towards a back room where you are bid to wait what seems like days. After dozing off waiting in this room, you do manage to get a short rest. But suddenly you snap to as someone rushes in, opening the door, and 5 people walk into the room, all of them more severe than the last. These robed figures have the Boros Legion emblazoned on their chests in long white robes. You can see that there are wing slits cut in the back of the torso, as is an honorary custom of those striving to be as the angels. And they make their way to a sort of tribunal head. Fane Ulthorn.
Yes, sir.
Rank. And he begins writing.
I actually forgot what's my rank. I didn't write it down.
Skyjack Commander. Skyjack Commander Fane
that's it.
Ulthorn.
Yeah, that's it. Skyjack Commander.
Yes, well, let the record show that you have voluntarily committed this information. However, that will be taken in form. Please explain how you come into possession. May I see that small blue pebble you have?
Yes, of course. Here you go. I hand it over.
Yes, he turns it immediately, places it into a chest. This is not of here, and you will never speak of it again.
Of course, as you command.
Was there more?
Well, this male angel named Dardariel, I almost called him Durandal, I don't know why, Dardariel, had come out after a copy of one of our the party members who were helping me with my mission died, and this angel came out and then offered us all power and these stones, and then a demon, it seemed, to eat one of them and then flew off. So that is not a very good thing. Got very big and then flew off, and I was unable to find it, and I figured I should report all of this. Because it is, it seems like a very dangerous thing.
Yes, well, it is. It's not from this plane. It is commonly referred to as Lazotep. You will not repeat that information. But if you should hear further of any form of this metal, you will bring it to us, or you will bring the information to us. With haste,
Of course.
soldier.
Yes, of course, Commander. As you say.
On the subject of Ravnica,
Yes.
you spoke of an angel who bid you to help a village Viaciano?
To help with the mission, we went through the village. Honestly, they seemed kind of afraid of her, but yes, and then we ended up getting to a place where some Viaciano were sacrificed, just as we were in the middle of trying to stop it from happening. We happened to get there a little late, and a portal opens up, and a army came out of it. I broke the portal very quickly, but not before many came through and marched back towards that city, breaking.
Yes, Spain, we are aware of the invasion that is imminent, and your involvement in it. We've not heard from Ravnica in some time, and you show up here, bearing her sword.
Oh, this is her sword. Oh, I did not. The sword we found. So we killed a dragon, and we found the sword in the dragon's hoard. And I had recognized what it was just before coming here, that it was one of the Angel's blades.
So, Fane, Thorn, what you are telling me is that you ventured under the city. You left the track in which you were authorized to investigate, where you encountered a rogue angel who ordered you to help a small village of an ostracized people. And then somehow a portal to another plane was opened, and you show up with this angel's sword. And I'm to believe you slew a dragon to get it.
Well, it was a party of 6 people. But wait, the rogue angel? Like, wait, what? First off, I was given no orders of a track to keep on. I was told to just investigate underground, and so we investigated one side. But I did not know the angel was rogue. I had not been informed of that. But yes, I mean, on the other hand, yes, we did slay the dragon. It was not very big. I mean, it looked big. But then after we killed it, it shrunk down in size to, like, relatively normal. Like, small. Not horrible.
A dragon. Do you know how frequently I hear dragon? Let me ask you this, Fane. And he pulls out a parchment and rolls it on the top of a table. I show here one logged conversation between you and a Officiant at the front line, where you were instructed to not leave the reinforced path.
I mean, the way he said it was, it would not be advisable. It's dangerous outside of the reinforced path. He didn't necessarily say it in a way like we had to stay on it. We thought that something dangerous was down there, and we followed the trail. Like, I mean, do you think I'm lying? I mean, I don't. Nobody knows me as a liar. I am pretty honest.
Very well, Fane. You have an impeccable record to date. You have shown up here with the sword of a rogue angel, one with a bounty at this point. Bear this sword. Return us this angel. Maybe you can redeem yourself in the eyes of the council.
Of course, if the angel is rogue, I understand.
How did the council speak? 5 unanimous eyes dart to you, hands in the air. Aye. Fane, I should warn you. Should you betray us, it will be more than your skydeck that remains grounded from this day forward. You are dismissed.
All right. Yes.
Place only holds you back.
I leave their presence as I have been dismissed.
I told you Boros was sneaky.
That seems unideal as an outcome.
All right. Fane, you return to your quarters to find them impeccable as you left them. You do note that your insignia of rank as a Skyjet commander no longer bears the Jek, the rock emblazoned upon it.
Oh, that's cold.
Everyone's getting demoted.
And then you get to go to bed tonight and dream of invasions of Dreadhorde.
Sky rainbows! I am going to pen a letter. And explaining that I have been blamed for something. I didn't do it, but it's understandable. Sometimes people have to take blame here and there, and that I am going on a mission to redeem myself. And that I just want this person to understand that I'm still shooting for him. I'm still coming. And if I can find anyone who is still willing to take this letter from me to the Parhelion 2, I will ask them to bring it to Agris.
So you definitely still maintain your rank as commander. However, your unit has been grounded.
Yeah.
You are able to trade some favors with someone who isn't grounded, who flies your missive up to the Parhelion.
Okay. Fane is a little off about how this feels, but he Yep, this happens. This is why I wanted to speak to Feza. At least I felt comfortable with her. She's just going to go to bed. It's been a long day.
All right, so you head back to your quarters and you resume your rest to continue in making it a long rest. All right. Does anything happen between now and breakfast?
I want to get Malachar before breakfast.
Yeah, Suniva still has not gotten to really talk to anybody, so...
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought that was going to be in the morning after the long rest, which is on the way to breakfast.
Yeah.
So, yes.
After the long rest, pre-breakfast. You asked
Yeah.
me before breakfast.
Yeah.
Fair point. Okay, so
But
the morning
Suniva
arrives,
first.
and everybody is getting ready to make their way to breakfast. Malachar makes his way out of the back room where he's got a more comfortable chair, I guess. He doesn't need
Literally,
a
I was literally just sitting on the. I think Suniva wakes up and just sees Malachar, fingers folded, sitting on the couch.
The prophecy has just been playing through your mind over and over and over.
Yeah. That, and I've been getting reports from my people who I told to go dig up everything they could find on Dardariel. And also, I probably let a couple of people know about the Dreadhorde army underground, but they already probably knew about that through the Boros.
Oh, yeah, but now the Demir know about it.
No, the Demir probably already knew about it through the Boros.
You do get word
So
of
easy they are to
things.
infiltrate. They take open signups.
Roll for me your investigation so I know how much information to give you here, Malachar.
It's actually a background feature through my Demir thing. We can handle it between sessions.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you already did that. Can you just remind me of the mechanics of your background feature?
Yeah. Oh, I could. I have to pull it up. I'm just a little worried because we have like 26 minutes left, and we have a few conversations to want to get through. That's where my head's at.
Okay. All right, let's do it.
Okay.
And if we get time at the end, yeah, we'll come back to it because
Yeah.
that's something relevant.
Yeah. Okay. I'll quietly pull it up as Sneva wakes up and sees me.
Okay, yeah, I will wake up and this is only the second time that I have ever had a hangover of any kind because I definitely was rocking that gin while Spec and Malakar were talking. Suneva has had a day. So they will just kind of wake up and put the hand on the hand and look around and be very confused for a minute because I forgot that I did not go back to the conclave.
You're in your head from Malakar. Hi. Good morning.
Good morning. Is it very late?
It's morning. You can see the
Okay.
sun coming into the window on my face, which is definitely not my computer screen.
Yeah, they're just like, yeah, okay. It is very bright today. That is nice. Thank you for letting me stay over, Malakar. I did not want to go back to the conclave last night.
That's fine. You can always stay here if you need to. I don't think that place is good for you anyway. But you know, we've had that conversation before.
Yeah, you've said that a lot, but why do you think that? Why do you not like the Celestia so much?
Oh, there's a few reasons. They're a guild. I don't like what they do. They lie to people, they coerce to people, they put people in boxes that they are not required to be in if we lived in a better society. But I guess right now, I hate them because I think they brainwashed my friend, and it's kind of frustrating.
I don't know. I mean, I'm sure that Hollow will be okay. They'll figure out something that will help her.
Suneva, talking about you.
But?
Like, seriously, I'm barely even friends with Hala. We met like 2 days ago.
But the Celestia have always been very good to me. I mean, when mein Eltern died when I was young, they were who took me in. And I don't know, they have never brainwashed me. They helped teach me how to keep people safe, like they have kept me safe.
They may have taught you things, may have been good to you, but were they good for you?
I don't know what you mean. I am able to help keep people safe and protect my friend. And I mean, they have never made me do anything.
Sure they have. By not presenting you with any other option. Teaching only one side is much worse than barring the choice of another. Because one, you know where their lines stand. You know where to go if you want to defy them. The other one, you are barred the very opportunity to defy because you do not know how. Is there anyone in this world that you don't trust, Suneva?
That I don't trust?
Yeah, anyone.
Well... I don't know.
Why do you trust me? I have lied to you. I have blown you up. I have insulted your guild endlessly. A normal person would hate me.
But you do
Why
a lot
don't
of
you?
things because I know you think that you are doing what is good, and a lot of times you
No,
have
I
done things that
really-
have helped me and others. And even if I don't agree with what you do all the time, you know that it is not my place to tell you what is necessarily, you know, right or wrong, to a point at least.
I'm getting sick of talking about this. I'm sorry, I'm just getting a little frustrated. So can we just drop it? Please.
Okay. Well,
Said we need to meet the others, right?
yeah.
He doesn't move.
Hey, Malachi, you say that they never, you know, the guilds don't give people choices and stuff. But how
Yeah.
do you know what parts of you are you, and what parts are things that somebody else wants you to be?
Finally, we are asking the good questions. And I'm sorry I can't offer you a good answer, because the best questions in life are unanswerable. They are frenetic. Unstable. Read books. Introspect on yourself. Figure out what you like versus what people tell you. Figure out what's important to you. Basically just think about it a lot. Or just listen to me. I have a good moral compass.
Okay, I will try to think about some things. When you say that the Celestia coerce people and stuff, do you have... I know that, you know, you have, like, been in a lot of, different guilds and stuff. Have you ever been in the Celestia? Do you know people who maybe have been in the Celestia or something?
I've only been listening for short stints in the past. Nothing with a significant long-term placement. But I know people. I could get you dossiers on 5 Silesian evangelists by the end of the day who use coercive magic to bring people into the guild. Do you want them?
As he says this, and Dumbledore goes skittering across the room, you see a small bundle of flowers, like a bracelet wrapped around Dumbledore's neck.
Well, which way did he come from? Suniva will just take off towards whatever room Dumbledore just came out of, like not even a word to Malachar. They just bolt.
I'm gonna cast See Invisibility.
I'm okay.
It's just a guess.
The
I'm a hedge.
invisible things that you see around the room, that you've hidden with invisibility, are all there.
Yeah, there's probably a couple of those. I'm going to follow Suniva then.
Is there anything in the next room?
Cat goes running out onto the balcony, and on the balcony, sitting on a chair, with Dumbledore at her feet, is a familiar face. Ayla stands looking back at you from the balcony, and as Malachar walks out, she meets his eye and says, "Malachar, trading guild secrets so cheaply?"
Well, it's a
So
good thing that last
disappointed.
conversation was telepathic. Anyway, who are you? Why have you entered my home? Well, my balcony. It's close enough. Sunniva, who is this?
Malachar, surely you recognize me. I was but a recruit at the time, but you were there during my training.
Yeah, and we're not supposed to openly talk about that in front of people who aren't in. Why is everyone else so sloppy?
You. Sunniva doesn't say anything, but the sparkles from the ring of like radiant resistance just sort of like stop around them, like they're not shiny anymore, and they're just
Can I get my cat
like
back?
pale.
What was that, Malachar?
Can I get my cat back? He's kind of fat. He doesn't have room for the Kool-Aid that you're feeding him.
Yes, Malachar. I apologize if my entrance startles you, but
Do you have important business?
of the most importance. Sunniva,
What are you doing here? How are you here?
well, I'm here the same way you are. I walked through the door. Only, well, perhaps I climbed the side of the building.
Is this metaphoric? Like, talking about the Selesnya? Or are we talking about my house? Well, my apartment. Because one of those makes me much more uncomfortable.
I assumed you wanted a balcony with a view so others could come and pay you a visit every now and then.
You're actually not wrong, damn it.
Sunniva, the Conclave has become corrupt. But don't take my word for it, just understand that there is blood on their hands.
Every guild.
Why are you here now? Why are you telling me this now instead of before? Why did you have to leave and come back to tell me this now?
I can't tell you this in the Conclave. You're always in the Conclave. Where am I going to find you?
But before then,
Underground.
why did you leave without telling me any of this if you knew? I thought
I was worried the council would get it out of you. You've trusted them far too much. Malachar is right on this. Selesnya is pure. The Conclave is corrupt.
Selesnya exists. I'm about 60-40 on that one.
Yeah. Why didn't you come and tell me this sooner, though? I've been out of the Conclave for a little while now, and you have not. You could have done anything. You could have come and been hidden like this, or sent somebody else, or.
Hey,
Sunniva,
you know,
this
I
must
you
be
could have
an
told
perfect
me.
conversation. Malachar, I would trust you with information about as much as I would trust any common runner.
Excuse me, I have 10 renown. I am a local leader. I will fight you. Anyway.
Forgive my impertinence, leader.
Anyway. I would, likewise. But we still use the people who are close to those we're trying to affect. That's a tenet of how we operate. It's most effective.
Yes, well, I suppose you would be closer to Suniva now, wouldn't you?
Yeah, we're on a strike team. We save the world together. What do you do in your spare time?
I'm afraid I'm not at liberty to say.
Oh, power play. I'm gonna leave you two to talk for a minute, but I'll be nearby. I'd bring my cat with me.
Dumbledore just sticks out one paw.
Meow.
As if to say, you never gave me a flower bracelet.
When Alucard goes, Suniva's gonna keep looking at Ayala, but they'll just shake their head sadly and go, Why couldn't you or Solveig tell me what was happening? Why didn't you take me with you? You didn't have to leave and then try to come back. We could have all gone together.
Suniva, you have always been the light. You have always been that true faith. That rock that kept me pure and kept me grounded. You have always had more strength than I thought one person ever could. I could not bring myself to destroy that until it was destroying you. We have information. Somebody from within the Conclave is using you.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was Solveig.
Yes, well, somebody is using Solveig.
But have you not talked to her since you left? I just assumed you two were like, I don't know, off doing things together.
Solveig was with the guild for some time, but has since found a way out. Oh, Suniva, I wish I could tell you more. I really, this is...
Well, why can't you? You are here. Just tell me things so I actually know.
But
nobody ever tells me anything. I know that, I talk a lot and I am not so smart, but I can still keep secrets. I've never told any of anybody's.
And Suniva, that is why we love you. You will always be Suniva, and we will not destroy that. But you must understand, this small section with which you have become attached is not part of the Mat Celestia plan. There is a festering wound within the Conclave, and you're right in the middle of it. Malachar, he was part of something. Did you know that?
I know that he was there when I joined the Celestia, sort of. You remember those nightmares that I always have, yeah?
How could I forget?
Well, I remembered, I guess, who one of those shapes that I would see walking away was, and I guess you already know. Seems like you know more about my friends than I do. But you always knew everything more than I did.
Sonia, the better part of that perception is allowing you to assume by keeping my mouth closed. That is the only thing I've ever known more than you was when to not speak. Anyways, I am here but with a simple warning. All is not as it seems. Solvig has betrayed us all. Solvig himself has been betrayed. I'm sorry, I really must go. But I am watching and I am here for you. If you should need me, make me a floral wreath. Leave it on your door at night. I will see. Stay safe, Suniva. Mat Celestia be with you.
You stay safe too, Ayala. Be careful.
She puts one foot up on the rail, caresses the side of your face, and swan dives off the side of the building, landing on a Pegasus back, flying away.
Style.
Badass.
Once she's gone, Suniva's totally starts crying.
Malakar's gonna come out because he just low-key walked out and then cast clairvoyance, so he could listen to the whole conversation.
Slick.
Classic Malakar.
Classic Malakar.
That's Salakar.
Malakar.
And I'll walk out mentally. You okay? Let's go get breakfast. These things hurt.
Yeah, that would be great.
Suniva, do you know, I can empathize with where you're at right now. I've been through this before. I have experienced losing faith in something I trusted. It hurts.
And what did you do to feel better?
Joined the Demure Guild, went into Rakdos, sacrificed some people. Not healthy things.
Yeah.
I imagine you'll do a lot better than me. You're stronger than I am.
I don't know about that, but it is kind of you to
Oh, you
say,
are.
Malakar.
You are.
We should go meet the others and they just kind of like wipe their eyes and start heading out.
With
Aka's gonna
everybody-
grab a fifth of whiskey before he follows.
Hallow comes down the stairs, finds Speck passed out on a bench,
Cute.
tankard still in her hand. Malakar and Suniva come walking in through the door. Arcady and Fane show up fashionably late after everyone begins noticing they are missing. They come in quietly, walking side by side with little more than a grunt of acknowledgement to one another. As everyone sits down to a nice breakfast with some smoke-cured bacon and some tofu and eggs. We will adjourn this week's episode here.
This was fun.
All the tea.
This was insane.
Wow. Okay.
I do want to note, DM, the
Y'all.
reason that Fane is late is because he went to see his Demir contact to let them know shit's about to go down.
Ooh.
For some reason, he already knew.
I figured he would.
Yeah, Arcady would be late because he was casting some sending spells, but I'll DM you later about that, Corey.
I'll DM later.
Oh.
Slide into those DMs.
Is
Yeah,
that
so
why
close
he
to
already
getting to-
knew?
DMs.
Oh, I
Malachi
imagine
has,
my
like-
DM's gonna be blowing up this week.
Yeah, DMs.
Malachi's got one more cup of tea to spill. Almost got there today.
Oh boy.
Oh, still one more, huh?
Yes, me as
Done one more.
well.
Oh, there
Oh,
is
I
lots
didn't
of
catch you.
tea. There is lots of
There's always
tea.
There's always next week. The tea party can continue.
Exactly. And it's not like we're jumping directly into a combat scenario at the beginning of the next session. Well, I mean, unless
I will.
for all.
Why do you say it like that?
I will fight
Unless-
you, Corey. Not Malachar, Nat. I know where you live, ish.
You can figure it out.
I know where you live, ish.
Ish.
Hey, not every tavern in Ravnica can be a Rakdos den. Jeez.
Thank
You throw the
God.
party into one little Rakdos den and suddenly you get a reputation.
Rakdos Den, bathhouse where that got deconstructed because it was running shady things. Bathhouse where someone got murdered. Like that was one session.
Hey, look, Ravnica is a dirty place, okay? Some people are like not above board. I feel like I'm having to justify this to the Demir agent.
Oh, this was fun.
That was so much fun, everybody.
Oh,
Holy
great
crap,
session,
y'all.
Malachar is slowly assembling the Avengers.
Slowly.
The
Only the ones
Outlanders.
with long lifespans, yeah.
Oh no.
Somebody cast
Well-
remove curse on him just to like take a feather out of his cap now.
On it.
I
Oh.
can make that happen.
I can't even tell you the tea that I've got to spill on that subject.
Oh.
Ooh.
Oh man, there's so much fun in store to be had in the next few sessions, and it's going to be dropping like 5 or 6 major leads per session, I think, for the rest of the season. So it's going to be
Oh,
intense.
geez.
There's going to be like an after party for every session, just to really hash out what the heck just happened. I think. So
But right now, you gotta get a spy game.
Oh yeah.
exactly.
You gotta go
Yeah.
get some stuff.
Yeah.
Is
We'll
thank
all
you guys
stream.
so much for playing today. Thank you guys all for watching. This has been an amazing session, and it's on seriously a trend of amazing sessions. This show has just been crazy good time. You guys are all fantastic. So we've got the spy game coming up next, and then tomorrow morning we have Keepers of the Lost at 10 a.m. and Beyond Mountains of Madness. So catch us then. And if you are sticking around for the spy game, I'd love to see you there. I'm going to be playing a hacker. So thank you all, and we'll see you guys in chat.
Bye.
Bye.